The question is, how has your sex life progressed throughout your marriage? How to deal with the fact that the other person struggles with mental health? How many times did you think of divorce even though you know you won't do it? Best way to let him down easy when you're not in the mood.
Ooh, juicy.
Juicy. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Cayenne.
And I'm Kyle.
My husband.
That's
and
me.
We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of marriage. Woo! Great job.
Yeah, proud of you, kid.
So we filmed the first part of this video over on our joint channel. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll have it linked up here and in the description. We answered a ton more questions on there, like our expectations of marriage.
There's actually a lot of good stuff on that.
Yeah,
you guys asked great questions.
Yeah, interactions with opposite sex, how hard our first year of marriage, pregnancy scares. So if you guys want all those juicy questions, make sure to watch that part as well. And today, let's just get into the rest of the questions.
Let's do it.
All right, we're starting off with a banger.
Ooh, literally. A banger.
The question is, how has your sex life progressed throughout your marriage?
It hasn't. I'm like slightly kidding, but not fully kidding.
It definitely has progressed in different ways.
It has
Gone
progressed.
through different seasons of
It's
it.
been interesting. Dude, it's been so interesting. It's like you think you're getting into marriage and you're just going to have sex every day, all day long.
Was that another one of your expectations?
That might have been. I thought we were going to have sex like every single day. Interesting.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. But no, I think we started off really strong, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, I don't know if like life hit us or what happened. And then we kind of went through like long breaks in between. And then like we like hit a hot spot again. And then have some more like long breaks in between. And am I saying that right?
I don't know. I would describe it a different way.
Well, let's rewind, and how would you describe it?
Okay, so I agree that we started off strong. Maybe set an unrealistic expectation on the honeymoon.
Probably.
That's probably where that expectation came from.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, life happens, but, you know, I feel like we were doing it very regularly. Like, there wasn't much effort that had to be put in.
Yeah, in the beginning.
It was
No,
like
not
more
at all.
effortless.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, I feel like we realized, oh, like, this is actually something you need to make a priority. And you have to try.
And be intentional with
And
it.
be intentional with
Yeah.
it. And so then it got a little, like, more work.
Yeah, and that's when we had like those long breaks in between. And I mean, not like long, but like a couple weeks could even go by. And we're like, shoot, like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think we went through, I think during that time, there was like maybe hurt and
Resentment and bitterness would come in.
Miscommunication around sex that crept in that we never talked about.
Very true.
So then I feel like we had a breakthrough when we were finally able to just have like a real open conversation about our sex life, and that was really helpful. And I feel like that broke off like a lot of the things that were like unspoken. So I think if I were to give you guys advice, is to definitely be intentional, set a goal. Some people schedule it in. We've talked about that.
Yeah. And talk about it.
And most importantly is talking.
Yeah, like there were.
I feel like it was like kind of like this unspoken thing. Like time would go by, but we were both thinking about it, and then we would be like, "Oh shoot, this many days has gone by," and I feel like it starts to get like burdensome and heavy.
Yeah.
If you're not openly communicating.
Yeah, and then like we just saw things differently, and we. Because we didn't communicate, we like held on to the things, like due to our understanding, we held on to like how we saw things, and that like opened the door for like bitterness or even just like a heaviness, you know, to come in that weighed us down. But once we had that like open, raw communication, it was a little awkward, not gonna lie, in the beginning. But it was really good, really powerful, and it was kind of like that just set us free from a lot of, I would even call it like spiritual warfare, like, you know, the spiritual heaviness that was on us within this topic.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So very important to talk about it.
Yeah, and pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, pray on it.
Pray about it.
Pray about it.
Okay. Next question. Okay. What is something that Kyle does that annoys Cayenne and something Cayenne does that annoys Kyle? Let's hear yours.
You want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. One thing that annoys me is she can't get through an episode.
Really?
She cannot
Yours
get
are
through
always so sweet.
an episode. It's like, what the heck, dude? We start an episode, within 20 minutes she's falling asleep, and I'm ready to like at least finish the one episode, if not watch another one after that.
This is the problem about being on opposite schedules, because right now I'm on a schedule where I go to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. Kyle is on a schedule where he goes to bed between
12
and
you're
2
going
a.m.
You're going to bed at like 9 to
No, I'm
10
not.
p.m. and I'm going to bed at
10.
like 11 to 12 p.m.
No, you are not. You stayed up till 1:30 the other
That was
night.
just the other night, but
And
I was
night, too.
influenced by Sam and John.
Okay. Anyway, that's one of the. I mean, what do you want? We're on opposite schedules, and we've both accepted it, right?
Baby, you don't need to defend yourself. It's just something that annoys me.
Yeah. I literally fall asleep within 20 minutes, but that's not always the case.
No, not
we
always.
used to stay
not
up and
always.
watch like 3 episodes.
Yeah, when
together.
you were a big girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a grandma now.
Yeah.
Just wait till we're in Hawaii, like. The time changes, we gain another 3 hours, so I'm gonna be waking up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, we've also been on a 3-month road trip going through each time zone at least twice, right? So it's like
We're just off.
we're all over the place, but
Yeah.
so yeah, that's one of mine. And you said, why are yours always so nice? How ruthless is yours?
It's not that.
Let me hear it. What do I do that annoys you?
I was gonna say something that is like a big pet peeve
Relax.
that I don't think you can control it, so that's why it's a little more.
Is it my farting?
No, it's your clearing your nose when you
I
get
can't control
sinus.
it. I get so stuffy, and
I
it's
let him
just
sleep
like
with a fan on. He likes to sleep with a fan on too.
I love
but
fan on.
It makes his like nose clogged.
I get so
Can
stuffy.
you do
Anybody
the-
else relate to this? Where
Can
like
you
when
do
the
the
fan
noise?
goes on and I get so stuffy, I can't like breathe. So I try to blow my nose, but nothing comes out. It's just like this like stuffiness.
Try to do the noise.
Oh, I could do it.
Okay, do it. Oh!
It's the only thing that helps.
Just imagine it's like a clearing the throat and
No,
nose.
it's clearing the deep nostril.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what, but when you I hate it so much. So that's something that really annoys me. But it's like,
Ooh,
what am
I'm
I
sorry,
saying?
I can't.
What I know you can't control it.
So I have
which
to
is
like
even-
wake up and
which
like
is even
leave the
more
room
you
to
do
do
not
it
do
and then
that.
come back. No, like maybe I should start doing that for you.
Yeah.
No, that's when you say no, baby. It's okay. I love you.
No, I've lived with it so far. It does give me the heebie-jeebies.
I don't
so.
always have it. It only happens in like certain areas, and especially when the fan's on.
Okay, how to deal with the fact that the other person struggles with mental health? I wouldn't say to deal with it. Like you
yeah.
have to change your attitude.
Yeah.
It's more so like this is almost a gift for you to love this person in a deeper way. Like Kyle said
that's
in
good.
our other video, like
Yeah.
having someone go through something hard is more of an opportunity to love them in a deeper sense. That's
Yeah.
like harder. It's more unconditional. So
Yeah.
don't feel like, first change your attitude. You don't have to deal with it. You have the opportunity.
Yeah, you have
to
the
love them.
you have the opportunity to learn to grow, for God to sanctify you in that, and that's what it's all about, right? That's our goal, is to become like Jesus as Christians. Obviously a goal that we'll never fully reach here on earth, but at the end of the day, when she goes through things, it's weird because I feel like I'm not going through it, but like I can feel in a way like kind of what she's going through.
We are one.
We're one, yeah, and like it kind of like before, I think in our early stages of marriage, when she was dealing with something, I would get frustrated because I had expectations of it shouldn't be this way, it should be perfect, basically, right? Crazy. But anyway, like now, I feel like anytime she is dealing with something, it's just, it like tugs on my heartstrings. Like I just get filled with like sympathy, and I can also like relate to her and connect with her because I've also gone through very hard things. So it gives me an opportunity to kind of just meet her where she's at and give her what she needs and love her the way she needs in order to just be with her through the hardship And same thing with her for me. Because we all go through things. And I think a big thing is to remember the truth of the matter is that we are all broken people in a fallen world. And, you know, the Lord is going to use these trials to sanctify us, to help us to become more like him. 1st or 2nd Peter talks about that. How the trials and tribulations are necessary to produce a good character in us that's more precious than gold and silver to God. So it's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to love, and to resemble Jesus here on earth. So yeah, it's a blessing actually.
Yeah. I would say some practical advice is to not try to fix them.
Yeah, don't do that. I tried.
Don't try to give them solutions on how to get out of the mental struggles. Just accept them fully. Like you're enough even if you are mentally struggling. You're enough, and I love you even if you are depressed. It's not like, okay, let's talk about how you can get out of depression.
Guilty.
It's like, hey, even though you're depressed, I love you still, and it's okay.
And I think a big thing is the communication, where instead of like me going into like fix mode, I should go to her and be like, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to give you some solutions and some ways out of this? Or do you want me to just sit here and love you, you know, and be with you through it? Because a lot of times as I'm trying to fix things, that's not what she needs.
Yes,
you
just
know?
ask. It's
so
okay
just
to
ask.
like not have like
not
you don't
know.
have to guess.
Yeah.
A lot of times with women especially, I think we know what we need in that moment, like what would make us feel better. So
and as men, we have no idea, but we like to think that we do.
Yeah.
So the best thing you could do is just ask.
Yeah, and then I would say some things not to do is take it personally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And definitely communicate.
Yeah. And if you feel like you're taking it personally, communicate and tell the other person, I'm sorry, like I'm taking this personally.
And then hopefully they'll reassure you.
Yeah, it's like it's not you. Just
you stop playing with
him.
him.
If play with him, he just does this.
Okay, best way to let him down easy when you're not in the mood.
Ooh, juicy.
Juicy. I would say try not to say no. I don't know. Like, I think there's only certain times where I would really be like, no, and it's if I feel sick. Like, if I'm feeling super bloated and sick, I feel like that's the only time I would say no. But I would just have the goal to be a yes man. And I think with women, a lot of time, after their first pursuit or coming on, you're not mentally in the mood. But then you just need to decide, okay, I'm going to get in the mood.
Yeah, that's right, baby. You're going to get in the mood.
And I think over time, as you guys start, you know, kissing or whatever, like you start to get more in the mood, or you can tell them, communicate, like, wait, what they can do to help you get in the mood. But like mentally, a lot of the times I don't feel in the mood if Kyle makes a move on me. Like it takes a couple minutes to like warm up. I think that's just like a woman thing. Like
women are like ovens.
Didn't you just hear that from a video?
Men are like microwaves.
No, men are a light switch.
That works too.
Either
way.
You just flick it.
Yeah, you just...
And it turns on.
We turn on and we warm up quick.
Yeah. Sorry, our battery just died at the juiciest part.
Yeah, so as I was saying, men turn on easily. And we're like microwaves. We heat up quickly. Where women, they take a little longer to turn on, right? They have the whole preheat section.
Yeah.
And then after they're preheated, you know, they're good to go, but...
Throw the pizza in the oven.
Just throw the pizza in the oven and let it cook, you know. Anyway,
I would say the best thing to do is not let him down. Easy.
Yeah.
Is just to push through. Sometimes you gotta pray and like clear your head of whatever mentally is like bottled up. A good tip that I got from this book called The Power of a Praying Wife is to not say no, but to say, give me 30 minutes. And then in that 30 minutes, you do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel more in the mood, like take a bath, put on a silky robe, even put on perfume, like whatever you, because a lot of times at the end of the day, especially, you're just not feeling good. You're tired, you're feeling ugly or whatever it is.
But baby,
bloated.
You're so beautiful.
And so sometimes you just need that 15, 30 minutes to like refresh and like get yourself in that mindset.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
Yeah, and then if you really do have to let them down, I would reiterate that it's, I don't know, how would you like to be like, it's not you? Or
yeah, I mean,
it's not you, it's
I think the whole 30-minute thing is a really good
best way to go about it.
way to go about it, because at the end of the day, like, I mean, the Bible tells us is like our bodies are not our own, right? And when you're married, then we basically, my body is for you and your body is for me.
Yeah. And not in an extreme way where it's like abusive.
Correct.
And it's like, have sex with me right now.
Right. There's respect and love and honor in it, and
definitely needs to have that.
Right, and like a mutual understanding, and all of that. But at the end of the day, I don't think, if there's no reason besides you're just not feeling up to it, then I think it's like, okay, give me 30 minutes or an hour or tonight or whatever, and just mentally prepare yourself for that. And I think that's just a really good way of honoring your partner and honoring God, because like the devil, we've heard this, and it's very true. It's like the devil will do everything possible to get you in bed before you're married, and then everything possible to keep you out of bed once you're married, right? So we just got to make sure that we don't let him get in the way.
Yeah.
And we allow God to keep us together in that way.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, has moving been good for your marriage?
Oh, jeez.
Thinking of doing the same thing post-wedding.
Well, we've moved about like 30 times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would say, it has been good for the mental health, and in turn would not be good for the marriage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've gone through so many changes that I feel like it's made our marriage stronger, because now we're so used to like uplifting our lives and changing things and like being on the go, that I don't know, it's like easier for us to adjust to things.
Yeah, I think each time's gotten easier. Each time has gotten better, and it's helped us to really grow a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it is good for the marriage because it's so challenging, and anything that's challenging is ultimately good because it helps you grow. So I would say, it is good for the marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah, we're hoping to stay in one place.
But,
at least in the same state for at least a few years.
At least a few years.
Okay. Better to have low expectations to manage disappointment or stay optimistic? I would say...
Can I say both?
Yeah. I would say it's best to have low expectations and remain positive.
Yeah,
So
I would agree.
You're positive about the situation, but you don't have high expectations for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say low expectations. I would, and tell me if you disagree, I would say no expectations.
Yeah, that's a good...
Yeah, so it's not like I'm thinking lowly of her.
Yeah.
It's just I have no expectations.
Yeah, that's the best way.
And I'm positive and I'm excited about it, and I'm trusting in God and all. I trust in my partner and all that, but I think no expectations and optimistic and positive is truly like the best place to be in marriage, and maybe even in all of life.
Yeah, no expectations.
Yeah, because expectations basically opens up the door for disappointment.
Yeah.
If you have an expectation that doesn't get met, you're going to be disappointed, you're going to be discouraged, you're going to be hurt, whatever it is, fill in the blank. But if you have no expectations, then whatever happens. It is what it is. Praise God for it, and let's just move forward together, unified, and keep on growing.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the best way to go about it.
That's good. Would you have waited and dated for more time before getting married?
No.
Yeah, I would say no.
No.
If you guys don't know, we were dating for
2 months.
10 months. Well, technically. We were dating for 2 months, engaged for 8 months. Yeah. So total, we dated for 10 months before we got married.
That's fair.
But no, I don't think I would have made it any shorter. I mean, like, if you, unless you're unsure still. If I didn't know I was going to marry him, then yes, I would have dated you for longer.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
each situation is different. In our situation, I think it was like the perfect amount of time.
Yeah. And because we just knew and had peace about getting married, we're like, why wait?
There's no reason to wait.
We know we're going to get married, and it's way, I think, it's more productive to solve issues in marriage than productive to try to solve them out of marriage. Because in marriage, you have the commitment, you have the ability to sleep in the same bed, have sex, and
you're one. You have a covenant with God and one another. Yeah.
It's a lot more productive, not easier, but it's more productive to figure things out after you're married.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Andy Stanley who says it, right? He's love, sex, and dating
he has
or whatever.
a really good series called The Rules for Love, Sex, and Dating.
He says basically dating's not biblical, right? Nowhere in the Bible we see dating. So dating isn't necessarily biblical, but it's used for us to evaluate to see if the other partner is who we're supposed to be with, right? Somebody we want to marry, and somebody we believe God wants us to marry, right? And when we can evaluate that and come to the conclusion of, yes, this is that person, then there's no reason to wait after that, right? So dating is simply for evaluating. Once you have evaluated and decided this is the person, then there's no reason to wait. Obviously, if there's financial issues or family or something else, that makes it a little more difficult to do in the moment, that's fine, but make the commitment. Otherwise, if you're still dating and you've already evaluated and saw this isn't the person that I'm going to marry, then get out.
Yeah.
Don't waste time in the dating phase. Because it's not biblical, and it actually leads to more temptation and opens the door for sin to really creep in.
Insecurity,
fear, doubt, worry, all that stuff can come in if you just keep pushing things off. Especially something to this caliber, as getting married. So,
is waiting till marriage really worth it? Yes, definitely.
Yes.
We've talked about it in a lot of other videos, so definitely check those out where we elaborate more. But yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it builds such a stronger commitment that's not based on intimacy.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
In that way. Physical intimacy.
It
fosters a relationship built on things that matter more.
Yeah. Yeah, and you become more intimate in these other ways.
Yeah.
Right? Through communication and...
How many times did you think of divorce even though you know you won't do it? Have you thought about divorce?
Real quick break, guys. I'm just kidding.
If you're not, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the like button.
That's right.
All right.
Now back to the juicy question. No, I've never thought of divorce. I don't think that's ever crossed my mind. We made a commitment in the beginning that word wouldn't even be used in our relationship because it wasn't even an option.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't think that would, that was never something that made me, I never thought about divorce, but that doesn't mean it wasn't easy all the time. We didn't have our struggles.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I never thought about it, but it did get used in one of our fights because there was a miscommunication. Yeah. Basically, I thought what you were saying was alluding to, because you were just you sounded very helpless. Things were never going to get better, and I was
just I don't know what to do, I'm done.
I'm like, what, do you want to get divorced then?
And then I got so mad, I was like, we don't use that word.
That was a few months in.
Oh man, good times.
But yeah, it hasn't been used since.
No. And I think that's a good standard too, to have. If you're gonna get married and you're having a covenant with one another and with God, dude, make that commitment. We are going to make it work, no matter what. We're in this together. I love you. You love me. We love God. He loves us. He's with us. And if He's with us, who can be against us, right? And, all the scripture of truth can come into play here too. But just make that commitment. Divorce is not an option. Let's not even use that word.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, no matter how bad it might get, we're going to make it through it because He's with us, you know?
Yeah, and that word can become super
toxic,
malicious and manipulating in relationships. So
it's dangerous.
Don't
really dangerous.
ever get in the habit of using that word.
That's
Ever.
good.
Okay.
Ever.
How do you handle different political beliefs?
We don't talk about politics.
Yeah, not really. We're both of us aren't very invested in politics.
I will say, go ahead. You can go.
I was gonna say, and if for the most part, I feel like we agree on almost everything. Political.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I have kept my mouth shut on certain topics ever since we got together.
To me?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Because there's no reason to talk about it. Like if politics or anything like that is going to get in the way of your marriage, don't bring it up. Like, just don't talk about it.
Unless it's before you're married and you...
Correct.
If you know, like, this is a make or break value of yours, which I don't believe we should put that much value and belief into our political system.
Definitely
but
not.
But if you figure that out before you get married...
And also, like, take that to the Lord, man, because if you're so, like, firm on your political beliefs that biblical principles and your belief in God is like coming in second compared to that it's so deeply rooted in you that it's like, okay, we both love the Lord and we both have the same vision of this and this and this and this and this. Oh, but I believe in this, and if you don't believe in that, you're my enemy. Like, you got to check yourself because, dude, like, that's not good. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. That's just not good. It's not healthy, and honestly, like the Lord, he says, seek me first, also be added, trust in me, don't lean on your understanding, all these things like the Lord says, because he knows that the world is broken, the systems are broken, and I mean, we idolize these things, right? There are people that are so crazy about politics, it literally, their relationships diminish, their health diminishes, it's just crazy. So for me, I did have certain beliefs, politically speaking, and certain things that I favored and certain things that I didn't. But when I met her and she wasn't necessarily on the same page with that when it would come up, and it would come up so briefly, and I would just catch on to it. I would see like, she doesn't really feel that way about it. No big deal, out the window. I stopped talking about it, posting about it. Like, I just let it all go because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he matters the most. What he says matters the most. And this is my wife and I love her, and what she says matters second to the Lord, more than my political beliefs or anything some politician is saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, just anyway, it was very easy to let go. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah. I would agree. The only thing, it's not really political, but at one point we had different spiritual beliefs.
No, that's a different story.
Opinions that... It was, for example, just a pastor, and like one of us didn't
it's
like
okay.
it.
Yeah, we can share truthfully.
And one of us, like, I was in favor of going to a church. He was skeptical about it, and that was a really hard conversation because I truly felt God was leading us there. And the way Kyle was viewing it was like hypercritical, and it was really hard for me to say anything because me saying that opinion made you feel very disrespected, and like I didn't trust you, and that I wasn't allowing you to be like the leader. But I think after we like just couldn't talk about it without it getting heated, so we called a married couple who are our friends and talked to them about it, all four of us.
And shout out to Austin and Erica if you guys are watching.
And
Love you guys.
It was so much easier to come to a peaceful resolution with all four of us having a wife and a husband.
Objectively speaking.
Both parties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, absolutely. And I mean, since we're on this topic, just be careful with being hypercritical, guys, because it's pride that gets you to that place. And there's no perfect church, no perfect pastor, nobody's perfect. And this church was where the Lord was leading us. It's such a blessing. But I was being so hypocritical in the beginning off of like one thing that was said out of the whole message, that it actually held me back from seeing what the Lord was leading us to. So just be very careful with that and just pride overall. Yeah.
All right. Last question is, did you go through a period of downness after the wedding when the excitement was gone?
Did you?
I definitely did. And I think maybe the bride goes through it a lot more than the husband because she's planning the wedding. And so you have all this anticipation and all of this time going into this event. It's like consumes all of your life and all of your thoughts. So then when it's over, it's like you got fired from a job. And you're like, okay, what do I do with my life anymore?
Yeah.
And then you don't have something to anticipate. So for me, something that helped was like planning a trip or something after our honeymoon, like a few months after our honeymoon, having like a trip plan to look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely went through that.
Me, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. But she did all the planning. You know, she put all the heart, mind, and soul and blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I can understand why you did. But yeah, me, not so much.
That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that... Okay. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and go watch the part 1 on our joint channel.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I'm just going to throw out a shameless plug right here. Not even a shameless plug, but a shameless word of encouragement for you guys, because my baby is almost at 100,000 subscribers, and she's too modest to say anything about it, and I'm so proud of you, and I love you. So guys, if you are not subscribed yet, make sure you go hit that button, like, share, do your thing, and let's get you to 100K where you deserve, baby. You're at 99,618.
Woo.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, honey. See, he's so good at words of
affirmation, and it means nothing to her. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, that's awesome. Why don't you get me a gift? And then in the meantime, you're like, I wish you would say this stuff to me, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Never heard it. Not once.
Come on.
I'm just kidding.
But that's what I need to get better at.
Yeah.
Is like verbally saying.
That's right, baby.
Instead of criticizing.
Rocket science over here. Alright, anyways, we love you guys.
And remember, Jesus loves you more.
God bless.
Bye. Alright, picture time. Don't do...
Oh, Charlie horse. Charlie horse. Oh, handsome help. Oh, my leg.
Can I do anything?
Oh, Charlie horses are the worst. Oh.
You can't move like that.
Oh no, I'm getting it.
You can't move like that.
No, your boy ain't flexible. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
give Daddy kisses?
Okay.
Or
Thank you.
you humping him?
Thank you.
No, he gave you kisses.
Okay. Okay. You did your job. Now get out of here.
Like, I support you.
Good job. Oh, good
Because
job.
you're hurt. I cheer you up.
Yeah. Smile. Family photo. Hansel. Alright, let's go have sex.